All right, we are back with Lisa Waters Lain in the studio. She comes in each week. Hello, my dear.
Hello.
So to question you,
I
to
always question you.
to reveal garden questions that folks are talking about, your neighbors, that kind of stuff. So that's what this whole segment's about. 10 minutes of what's everyone talking about? Are they even talking about anything but the storm, eggnog, and what Black Friday thing they're going to buy?
Are you done Christmas shopping?
I am. I got you done back in like October. Man, I saw it and I went,
Mm.
oh, that's Lisa. And I heard things are going to be in short supply. So I just went, I'm not waiting. I'm buying it. You're
Cool.
done. You're
Well,
going to
good.
love it.
Important things are done then. We're good.
What
Good.
about me, my dear?
I have you done. I have.
Really?
Yes, and you will like it
So why?
because it's something you enjoy.
Oh, okay. I like it. So it's not golfing,
No, because you
maybe
don't enjoy.
gardening, could be boating, could be side by side razor rides up
You'll just have
Spruce
to
Mountain.
cogitate
I
upon
want to
that.
know, where's it? Is it in the house? Where is it?
It is in the house, but good luck finding it.
I like waiting for it. I don't have this angst. I just love Christmas morning.
That's true.
So let's
Yeah.
go into questions, I guess. Let's just go right there. Brain
Okay.
fart.
There you go. So Ross is planning on getting a live Christmas tree this year. He can't plant it right away because the new house isn't ready.
Yeah, we've heard that. Yeah.
So his question is, how long can it stay in that container, that pot? And if you keep it in the pot, how often are you watering?
Good. Those are good questions. So don't feel like you're in a rush. We will have living trees, evergreens, spruce trees, pines, firs, and lots of the evergreens that grow local here at the garden center through winter. And we brought them in, I don't know, 2-3 months ago, so that they would acclimate. So they're used to our climate. They slowly go to sleep and they get to this stasis stage and they'll slowly wake up for spring. And we need to buy enough of them to get through winter because you can't bring them in the middle of winter and it's 12 degrees out.
They don't like that.
They're not acclimated. So you want to make sure they're acclimated. So we buy quite a few of them and they'll be out there. What will happen is that plant will be perfectly fine until April or May, and it'll start to root, it'll start to grow, and it'll still be fine probably until next summer. So don't feel rushed. And then eventually you'll need to put it in the ground, of course, or upsize it in a container. Just get it more soil, you'll be fine. Now, his real question was, how should I care for it while it's in that pot? Well, Ross, here's what you do. You're going to water it once a week. That's about what we do here, right? Sound about right? Water it until water starts seeping out those pores in the bottom of the pot. So it'll be kind of messy. Just keep watering it, deep soak it once a week, and you're perfectly fine. If you see it's going to be real cold, so it turns from it's 40, 50 degrees in January, and all of a sudden it goes, there's a storm coming. It's going to be cold. We water them before the cold gets here because a hydrated plant takes on that cold much better. And then secondly, if we get a heavy snow or something, if it's out where it's exposed, sweep that snow, the bulk of the weight off of that plant, and it'll be fine. I would say in the ground or in the pot, just kind of lightly sweep the weight off, or it tends to weight down the branches. Then it freezes at night and it kind of freezes in place, makes them look weird. So, I mean, things are in the yard when they're planted. Generally, you stake them. Right. So it's not a problem, but in containers, it's a little different. So here at the garden center, I mean, if it's snowing out the next morning, guaranteed, I don't care how cold it is, it'll be 11 degrees out. We are here in the morning sweeping all of the evergreens, the snow off, no matter what, to keep them looking perfect. It's not the cold that gets it, it's the weight of all that snow on there gets it to looks kind of like a weeping tree or something. So there are some insider tips for you. Don't feel pressured, Ross. You're fine. Enjoy the holidays. Take it outside. Enjoy it out there. It'd rather be outside than inside. Don't,
as I say, don't leave it inside the whole time.
Don't do that. They'll dry out.
You will have a dead tree. Yeah. So, all right. Next question is from Lori. She says, oops, I accidentally left an aloe and a few succulents out. Now they're discolored and mushy.
Yeah.
Any chance of them coming back?
Yes, as compost. So Lori, that's called a fumble. You lost it. The opposing team's got the ball, and they ain't coming back. So, but it's not all over. I mean, it's just the roots. Those are tropical plants. They don't like to go below 40, 50 degrees. And they went down to, 19, 25 degrees this week, and they're not coming back. Now, if they're discolored, that's different. The mushy piece, they turn into this black gelatin thing. Those are gone. And even if they do come back, it'll be so slow and so painful to watch. You just don't want to watch that as a gardener. Just throw it away. Throw it to compost. Start fresh. We've got new aloes. They just showed up. You're fine. We'll get you another one. But bring them in before they freeze like that. And I'm surprised it lasted this long. Usually by the end of October.
Really warm.
Yeah.
We've had an unusually warm fall and early part of the winter season.
Yeah.
So I still have petunias growing out.
Can you believe it? That's crazy.
I couldn't believe it. I was outside the other day and I'm looking under our Ellie Agnes in the front of the house. And I'm like, what is pink under there? I went to look and it was petunias.
Beautiful. They're tough plants. Calipricoa.
Yeah.
Alyssum. Those are all really
our
tough.
lantana was still going up until this week. So crazy.
Yeah.
Well, our next question is from Jay. He says, all the leaves have finally fallen off of his tree.
Okay.
His question is, he's trying to get off easy, I think. He wants to know, can he just leave them and kind of treat it like mulch until next spring? Or really should he clean them up?
Yeah. You should clean them up. Okay. Nature, this is how nature does it. The leaves fall, they just let them go. Birds will pick through them. If you had any disease or bugs, get rid of those things. So leaf spots, there was this glossening thing, sap, anything weird, clean them up, get them off there, because that'll carry over to next spring's growth. If fall was fine, you're all good, and it's not going to suffocate things underneath it, I guess you could leave it. There is some justification to mulching or chopping up some of those leaves. So what we do is we take our lawnmower over top of those, kind of chop them up. And then we do use the leaves, chopped up leaves around some of the shrubs in the back. I like it for the birds to peck around in there. They do compost and create gold, just like garden gold, composted leaves. But we're more definitive about it. We're being very purposeful about how we're composting. If you just want to let them go, I guess you could let nature take over. But then when do you prune? All this other stuff. So Jay, you have permission to leave them, but you make the call. If disease comes back on your tree next spring, it's not our fault. You should have cleaned them up.
Yeah, I would say definitely anything that showed any disease on it. But what about leave them like if they're on your lawns or
take them out. Flower beds, get all that stuff off of there because it'll suffocate and it affects, it'll turn your leaves. It allows them to turn mushy, really. They start to rot. Some things happen as leaves compost. They sometimes release, depending on what it is, tannins or sometimes strychnine, arsenic, all kinds of weird stuff they throw off there to taint the soil underneath them so that they are defending their turf so they can affect the plants underneath them. It's better to compost those out and put them in a pile or put them on a bed someplace where they can do their thing out there. And then chopping them up does help them compost faster and healthier for the plants. Right. I'd say if you have to ask the question, probably, you should probably be raking those up. Yeah,
that is true. Get out in your yard. You can do a little cleaning up still. I know a lot of people were waiting for all the leaves to fall. Yeah. And the weather was so nice. They're like, don't really need to do much. But now you can go through and pull the dead stuff out of the pots and clean up your leaves and kind of spruce it up for winter, wouldn't you think?
I think that's a great idea. My dear, we are out of time. Always a pleasure spending time behind a microphone with my favorite gal. We'll be right back after this. You've tuned into the Mountain Gardeners with Ken and Lisa Waters. Lain. We'll be back right after this.